Captured Twigs is technique number 5 of Kenpo's yellow belt syllabus. So this is the one that addresses our hug or hold in terms of the severity of attack. Our last technique being deflecting hammer against the kick. This time we have a rear bear hug with our arms pinned. Now, there are a number of things about this. This is also our second technique, which involves a step drag, and it was potentially the progenitor to one of our later techniques as well. So with the way the technique is done, or at least the way I do the technique at this point, we are starting, as I said, with our arms pinned. The first thing we're going to do is take a step out to our left side. We're going to drop to a horse. We're also going to check with our hands here. And this is to secure the hands. So the hands are wrapped around you. You're just putting some pressure here to maintain that the hands don't come up or do anything ridiculous when you hit the person. So from here, we're going to take our step out. We're going to drop to our horse. Our right hand is going to strike to the groin with a hammer strike. So again, we've used our hammer strike in deflecting hammer already, defensively. This time we're using it offensively. So as we step out and drop, we're going to hit this. Now, one of the things about this is many times when people do this technique, again, bearing in mind that the arms are pinned and typically around the elbows, you have very little mobility here. A lot of people will hit from a large arc on this, not necessarily going to happen, especially if your arms are being pinned. The other thing is, as we drop out, we're dropping our height and dropping our weight, which prevents a potential pickup momentarily, not permanently. So again, we're going to drop out, we're going to strike into the groin from here, okay? From this point then, we're going to turn to our cat stance, so our second step drag, as we said. Here's our step, and we're going to turn to our cat stance on this line. As we do that, we're going to deliver our obscure elbow straight to the face on this one. So again, we're going to drop out, we've got our hammer, we've got our turn and hit here with the elbow, okay? From that point, we would cross out to this direction, away from the body. The other thing then, as I mentioned, is this is potentially the progenitor to maybe one other technique. And one of the things I have seen historically is this technique might actually end with a kick. So again, when we drop out, we can hit this, we can turn to here, and what we might actually have is a kick out to the knee, the far leg on this case, or the attacker's right leg. So when they drop out, there's also the potential that this becomes a heel kick to the left knee, and then a kick out to the right knee, and we land forward. Now, for those of you who are familiar with it, or potentially not yet, but we will come to it, that relates to a technique in orange belt then, potentially for scraping hoof. Okay, so again, scraping hoof would use those similar kick movements as we go along there. The attack is different, but it is, again, a hug or hold type attack as well. So in this case, capture twigs one more time. We're going to step out. We've got our hammer strike to the groin. We're going to drag to our cat stance, and we will finish the technique there.